Hello dear friends, and welcome to the stream presentation of 777 Blue Sky Star Simulation Sound Pack that is out already. You can check out the link below in the description. And today I will just fly like a circuit and climb to 10,000 and show you around this new sound pack. It just should take about 40 minutes or so, and I'll just talk about it and show you guys through. And we're currently located in Riga. As you know, I'm doing a tour in Europe on my regular streams. Yes, the release is already out, so you can guys check out the link below in the video description. All right, so let's, without further ado, let's get inside the plane and at least start it up, fill it up, and we'll see from there. Okay. All right. We're inside, so let's get this battery started here. So just before I proceed, make sure the volume is good here. Yeah, the sound pack is about 850 files, sound samples, which make everything in this plane sound pretty much, anywhere from cockpit wise down to systems in and out, inside electronic bays and systems, etc. The engines are made as usual as we make them, separate N1 and 2. They're pretty much smart, acting smart, as well as far as how the fan sounds with the gain of speed. So when aircraft goes faster, the sound does fade away as it's supposed to be, and as well as other stuff. So let's go ahead and power it up. And you can hear the contactors moving in, and the little hum indicates that battery is on. Let's get it connected to the CPUs. And just something that I want to talk about. The manuals are all inside the pack, so just make sure to read it thoroughly. It's nothing hard, as installation is pretty much as usual for our sound packs. Nothing changed. Just want to point out the thing that if you guys have extended version of the plane, you know that Explain.org sells two versions. One is just professional version, which includes 200, I believe, a limited edition, and the other extended pack includes Freighter, 300, 200, etc. So if you have the extended pack, there are separate sound files for that, just because the plane is different length, the locations are different, so the sound pack should be different, as well as the sound engine is limited for something only this specific model. Okay, so just make sure that you have clean installation, that you did not mess with like aircraft files and stuff, because it could result that your sound pack would be acting in demo mode. Yes, Captain Easy, no problem. Yes, it is in the description link. It's below right now in the video. You can check it out, or on our website, which is blueskystar.net. And you're welcome, of course. All right, let's go and connect it. Okay, so before we proceed, you guys could notice that your plugins menu has received the Sound 3D plugin. Now these sliders here for the sound are just for internal use. They're not to be messed with, pretty much, because if you gonna touch any of them except live, and I'll explain it later, pretty much lower it, higher it, it's just gonna destroy the you know, the authentic part of the pack. Okay, so some sounds here are not what they say they are, and it's just for internal purposes here. So but you'll start in this config, and this is how it's supposed to be. So don't touch it unless there's only one slider that you need to touch, which is life. Life is pretty much is your passengers and your flight attendants. Okay, so by default it starts with 0. This is for purpose of sounds not reacting to any data ref movement before you actually start boarding process. Just keep it at 0, and when you're ready to start the boarding, just put it to 100. That's all you need to know. For the cargo version, it starts at 0. Of course, you're not transferring, you're not giving a lift or any passengers in your cargo, I hope. So right now it's a 0. Just let's keep it that way for now. And you can see we have started, the contactors moved in, and all the way, right away, you hear the right away you guys can hear the like the noises coming in and out. And what is this? That's pretty much your ECS, which is equipment cooling system self-testing. So you can hear it go on again, and it's gonna go on and off in about 5 or 6 times before it just stabilizes in one mode. Okay. And also, for example, let's disconnect this here and I'll show you what I mean. If you put A0 and thrust a sim, for example, and disconnect the GPU or the power, and then you disconnect the battery, guess what? You'll hear the chime. That's how it's supposed to be. Alright, so if you have this chime, that means you forgot to disconnect the A0. So everything works here as far as sounds. Let's keep it an engine here. Okay, so keep it off for now. And if you notice, right now in cabin currently, it's pretty much quiet as it's supposed to be. So if you just move around, you'll hear pretty much in the back. The only thing you'll hear is aft equipment all the way back. I know there's some limitations on 300 models where you virtually will get stuck halfway here. I'm not sure why as this, but well, not a question to me, more to VMAX. But you'll hear the aft equipment here. So it's not APU yet, so just don't confuse it with this. Alright, and this hum right here is transformers, pretty much down in electronic E&E bay down below. So this is pretty much what you hear inside the aircraft when you walk in. How you doing? How you doing, everybody? Right. So that is the hum. Now if you turn the upper and lower recirculation fans here, you'll notice right away when you are at the location of recirculation fans, which is closer to here, you can hear them recirculating the air. And there is the upper and lower portion of that. Just, I gotta make some spots here on the video, so you guys, let's make one spot here this part. Then we'll make one in the mid, just by pressing Ctrl and any key on numpad that you like to use. Make one here by the mid portion, somewhat, and one in front. Let's make it in business class. How about that? I guess it's a good location here. Okay. Now we have three, which is just for easier for us to move around. Okay, so if you go outside, for example, hear the avionics bass sound as well here. If you have avionics fans and stuff like that. And if you're moving closer here, the circulation fans also could be heard here on the outside mode, and aft equipment here in the back. Alright, so let's start APU here. First of all, no, let's pump some fuel in it and some weight so we can get it moving. Now, the announcements here of the original VMAX announcements and such, they still work, so it's up to you if you want to use them or not. As far as checklist and first officers, so we did not touch those. So if you want to use those, you're more than welcome to. I personally do not use them. Let's get this thing filled up. For that, we'll have to open, I think, everything. Just the limitation. Oh, okay. And for people that say that callouts a little bit on the low side, you can also go to your callouts volume and bump it up a bit. Will this sound pack work with the professional version? Of course, yes. I would just mention it before and in the beginning of the stream. It works with all the versions. Okay, so let's put around 300 people on board with a cargo weight of 4 tons. Time of, we'll be here for 20 minutes with APU. Oops, wrong side. Dex time 10 minutes. Take a fuel and take 20,000. Not much. Let's take 15, I guess. Fine. Right, so that brings us gross weight to 18704. Right, so it's gonna load real quick. The only problem here in this sound pack, just to me is non-important pretty much, and I would think as nobody would be important, is that CDU keys don't sound, and this is got to do to data refs in this model acting that way. I'm not sure why, but hey, you know, we'll hope that in the next version of 777 from Flight Tractor they'll fix that problem. So, not, you know, in the real world they're not that loud, so just, I guess, because everything else working, you know, all the similar buttons like here. Alright, so the plane is loaded. I'll show you one other thing. I'll just close the unneeded exits. Start the APU here. And if your doors here are open, meaning the doors on in your cabin, you'll hear the APU more. So let's say if they're closed, then you won't pretty much hear the AP because it's way in the back down there. So if you move down to the door, you'll hear it starting up here, as well as the other door. It'll be a little bit louder by the other door since it's closer to the APU itself. You can hear it's moving. When you are in the back and doors are closed, you'll hear the APU all the way in the back. Yeah, it's pretty loud, I know. As it is in the real world, of course. Alright, so the APU is started and connected to the gens. Now you can hear the contactors moving in. And let's get the leads and air inside our plane. You can hear the pack starting smoothly. And the other one. And then you hear the air, you can hear the air all the way through your cabin. Let's close the back door because it's super loud here. Alright, so it's a good time to start the passengers, and the manual on how to do it is described inside. Let's make sure first you switch live to 100 and move these to auto. Seatbelts to auto. That starts the process of the passenger sounds. So you can hear them just kind of moving in, buckling their seatbelts and everything. Right, so pretty much we have a ready plane here, just sort of to work on our CDU. Like I said, I'll just climb to 10,000 and sort of do like a circuit pattern around Riga. Climb up to 10,000. Don't mind the unable thing here. Alright, for the departure, let's check the METAR for Riga currently. Currently is south operation here. And we'll come back with ILS 18. Take off with flap 5, and let's do thrust limb on TO1 here. That will give us 96 in 1, which is a pretty much rocket climb, this one. Such as we are quite empty, so let's do a little downgrade here. Not how it's supposed to be. The N1s are not quite correct in here. All right, let's just stop at the. Just stop at TO 5%. Should be fine. All right, and so when you're about to close the doors, just okay. Let's move these here as well. You can just put the seatbelts to on and wait for the announcement. Now, the announcements by default are American Airlines, but the manual says how you can get, you can create the announcements for your own company that you like, because obviously we can't create for, you know, every niche company. Just wait for the announcement to go, and we'll be closing doors shortly. I guess the trigger should be that the door is closed, perhaps. Let's close up. You can hear the doors for departure consign. Call. Again, if you, for example, put on the hydraulics, you'll hear the hydraulics noise. You hear them right here. Since it's kind of noisy, I'll show you how they sound more.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have closed the front boarding door for an aircraft movement. All customers must be seated with their seatbelts securely fastened. Please ensure your seat back is upright. Tray table
So you hear the
is
hydraulics in
off.
here.
All carrying items are completely placed underneath the seat in front of you.
Point.
Laptops and devices of similar size can also be placed underneath the seat in front of you for easy access after takeoff. Thank you.
Okay, now better pushback doesn't exactly work good with this aircraft. I don't know why. So let's just use the original one. Knowing where to go would be fine. Okay, left. That was left. Okay, I need to disconnect a bunch of stuff here. Alright, the doors are all closed. You can check it on the door page. And the parking brake is set. Alright. So push the beacon.
Hello everyone. Thank you for your attention.
And this is the automated announcements that are installed on American Airlines. You can hear the
We know you have lots of choices. So
the
thanks
music
for
pretty
choosing
much here.
American. We're happy to be your airline.
The automated are pretty much are on your small TVs here. Right. This auto gate sound, I don't know how to mute it. Sorry. You won't be able to hear this bell ring too much like that unless you have windows open. Nice. Okay, that's I think it's pulling us for some reason. So like pushing. Obviously because I put pull. Alright. Don't tell me the pushback is not gonna work now. Alright, it won't. Alright.
You'll find our full electronic device policy in the back of your American Way. At any time, tampering with, disabling, or destroying.
Alright, then we'll use the pushback. Just push a little bit and then we'll stop the... Because it's gonna push us straight pretty much, so I'll just stop the pushing when it's...
Know it, we'll be on.
get the packs back on for now.
The nearest one. Keep in mind, it may be behind you. All exits have evacuation slides to use in an emergency. When you're ready to exit, jump onto the slide and quickly from the airplane. Some slides may also be used as a raft, except those over the wing. You'll find the exact location on your safety card. This aircraft is designed to escape lighting on or near the floor, a sign will indicate you have reached your exit. In the event of an evacuation, escape pad lighting will appear. Follow the lights until you've reached your exit. Leave all carry-ons behind, just head for the
I will
gate.
wait until we get pushed completely since
And don't forget, it may be behind you. Now, if the airplane loses pressure, oxygen masks will drop automatically. While remaining seated with your seatbelt fastened, hold down on the mask to extend the tuning. The yellow cuff goes over your nose and mouth like so. Then slip the band over your head to secure the mask to your face. The band adjusts automatically. Normal breathing will start the flow of oxygen. And remember to always put your own mask on first before helping others. Flight vests are located either under or next to your seat. To remove the vest, pull the tab or compartment handle to break the seal. For help locating them, see your safety card. Remove the vest from the package like this.
I just disconnected the audio for
Put
it.
the vest over your head. Wrap the strap around your waist. Attach the buckle
Alright,
and
push
pull
back.
tight. Once outside, pull the tab to inflate your vest or plug it to prevent too outside. In the water, a light on your vest will illuminate. And please, only inflate your vest outside the airplane. Now, your seat cushion may be used as a flotation device. Just remove the lower cushion and put your arms through the straps or down the opposite side. The crew will now be coming around for the final climb to track. After takeoff, we'll be back with more information.
Alright,
If you need anything,
we'll just stop pushing here.
as always, we're here to make your flight great. What's great
It's
is
gonna
what
push us into the terminal, I know that. I've used that before. Alright, so let's start the engine number 2. I can start it from the outside, but it's gonna be super loud. I'll try, okay, but I will need to come back and push it, the fuel control to run. So let's try to make it this way here. Let me get that. Start with the right one, okay. Okay, bikes are out. Let's start it up. It's gonna be super loud, guys, just to make sure. Oh well, it's supposed to be loud, right? Because you're outside, right, by these huge engines. Okay, so we'll start this one from the cockpit. You'll hear the bassy sound. You also have the butt kicker device that also is good to kind of feel it. Right, fuel on. You can hear the contactors kick in. Wait until it just kind of spools up all the way to the idle. Just before I do anything, I can show you guys how the flaps sound. So the flap lever here pretty much sounds like this, and in the back. Probably be the best here. Huge flaps. There you go. And also, you move the flight controls, you'll hear the modulating of hydraulic pressure. Let's close the door, of course. Flight control is checked, and the stab is 575. All right, let's taxi. These are off. We can hear the brakes are actually going off down below. All right, so this aircraft just pretty much taxis on idle every time. You don't even need any power inputs, especially when you're light like this. Make sure, okay. You can do a brake check. Also, when you do a brake check, depending on how hard you push the brakes, you'll hear the brakes if you're by them inside the cabin mostly, but you'll hear them like the vibration of them. And while you taxi, you'll just hear the bumps of the uneven surfaces. So it's all done on idle, as you guys can see. I did not even for a minute add any power. So on takeoff, we'll do the heading select and flight level change after. Since VNAV is not going to be available due to the CDU programming here. just stop right here for now. Okay, I'll do something that you don't usually do on the flights, of course, running up the engines, but just for the purpose of the showroom, sort of, for the sounds. Okay, just from the cabin. Okay, so when you're in the back and you're given some thrust, all pretty much you'll hear is the N1 sort of portion of it, and as well as the jet stream. I'm not gonna push it all the way to Takeoff, of course. You'll hear already the jet blast. I didn't even push it even close to half, you know. So let's try and see from this location here. Same thing, but already sort of a little bit more of fan. And in front, just the fan, of course, and a little bit of turbine. Alright, let's go ahead and take off here. Approach is clear. Okay, and our 262843. It's gonna be getting loud in here, so I'll stay quiet and let you guys enjoy. Right, let's go. Last time check if everything is running good. Alright, that's good. Alright. Quick selects. That will change. That one. Sorry guys, I can't quite regulate the volume on my OBS because it gets super loud sometimes and gets, and otherwise I just want you guys to hear the sound as well, so I kind of adjust it back and forth. But you'll get the picture when you buy it and use it. You'll see what I'm talking about. The YouTube, of course, will, the streaming, the audio would be less quality, less on quality than on your PC, of course. Flaps up. Oh, I should have done it before. Just kind of forgot about it. Don't be like me, don't forget stuff. Alright, so I'll speed it up to 250 here. As we gain speed, the fan will fade away eventually. About 1,000 to go here. I'll stay here so you guys can hear the down spool. Sometimes it does that, don't worry. Alright, let's gain some more speed so I guys can show you how the engine fades away with the speed. Kind of get away from airport so I have time still to descend later. You can hear the wind also gaining on the in cockpit. So if we kind of like walk around the plane, I'll show you. So now you're back to just a normal cruise environment of how the sounds work. Pour the drinks and such. All right, let's lower down to 240. And use some speed brake for that. You can hear the brakes, the turbulence on the speed brakes here. Oops, too much. Alright, let's descend down to 5,000 here. Using flight level change. Usually when you turn on the landing lights at this point, the announcement will play. So pretty much all announcements are tied to you know, the lights. Let's see if we got. Yeah, gonna be quite fast approach here, but that's fine. It's 1,500 at Charlie Fox 18. Are pretty far, so I suppose we can start turning inbound. And slowing down a bit. And direct to Charlie Fox. It's got a top up on this one. No, we will not fly anywhere. It's just a promo here for presentation. Later, I will have a new stream. After this, I will stop the stream and I'll stream the regular stream in Russian. Right. But that's gonna be just only a quick stream today. After this one, I will get another stream going in Russian. Just fly from Riga to Minsk using XAG, which I also changed some sounds. So if you want, you can stay around after the short break. I'll get that going. One to go. All right, I'm fixing for the final approach here. Okay, flap one, speed check. And right away you hear the turbulence from the flaps.
2500.
Check, right out live. decision height is set. See, I don't like how the auto throttle working in this plane. It's not working as good as it should be. Should never go past like 70 unless there's a really need to. So don't mind it. I'm just gonna use the my hand. Okay, approach. Okay, fixing for 180. Lap 5, speed check. Just overshot. The release version has a little bit less bass on some phases. I think I still have the beta version installed here, but there's a few changes that, you know. Lap 15 speed check. Alright, gear down. About 25, 20, I mean. It's 25 and 30. Speed check. Let's fly manually here. Check. Continue.
100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100.
Don't be afraid, this is just the lights that we hit with our front gear, front wheel. Make sure to get some plenty nose space for that one. That should be that should bring the speed brake to disarm.
When you open the overhead compartment, be careful, as items may have moved in flight. And thank you for choosing American Airlines. For those of you that are...
I will not go too much far. I'll just park here and shut down.
There should be,
Just for the stream purpose.
If your flight hasn't left, there are usually people in the customs area in an orange vest that will expedite your processing through customs and through security to get to your flight.
All right. Set. Online. Shut down.
Flight attendants at front doors, verifying, cross-check that referral code.
And press TCAS to stand by. That will activate the boarding process. Also, the door needs to be open. That will do the cross check on our call, and the door is open announcements and stuff like that. It's not gonna do it here, but you guys pretty sure. I mean, you can do it. Other than that, this is all for the presentation. If you wish, I can just completely shut it out. And it's pretty much here. You don't need to do the equipment shutdown, but just for the stream purposes. There you go. Alright, so this is it here for the promo video. For those of you guys that want to come for the next stream, it will start in about 10 minutes or so, 10-15 minutes. I will for the the YouTube stream to reset, and I will fly the XAC from here from Riga to Minsk. Okay, so I'll come back within 15 minutes or so. Thank you very much, and have a good weekend, guys. All links below. Again, thank you for watching. Bye bye.